Cosmic Awakening, 1991. Peru, Journey into the Unknown. Sacred Valley of the Incas. By Makāula Nakae. May 3, 1991. Lima to Miami. Episode 26. From Melancholic Lima to Miami. Gathering in the lobby to return to Peru's capital, Lima, we were informed of a flight delay and forced to wait for a while. Ultimately, our departure for airport transit was heavily delayed, and we arrived in Lima past noon. Our original schedule for Lima was completely disrupted, forcing us into a rushed sightseeing itinerary. We headed from the airport to a suburban restaurant to have a late lunch outdoors. The restaurant grounds were expansive and they bred horses on site. Before our meals were served, we walked through the gardens, strolling through the dappled sunlight filtering through the lush trees. Little by little, I felt the world I had inhabited until then shifting definitively. If we had returned straight home abruptly from that sacred valley, I surely would have fallen into a state of panic, walking beneath the thick trunks of the large trees alongside the others. I tried to recall the sensation of the sacred valley that was gradually fading away, yet I couldn't figure out where on earth to begin picking up the thread. It felt utterly impossible to neatly carve this journey into disconnected fragments. Every moment was intimately intertwined and accumulated together. The twilight-tinged afternoon light gently enveloped this green garden, and it was clear that even this afternoon light was already distinct from the light of the sacred valley. I yearned for that land where the intense sunlight made the greenery blaze, the land we had left just 2 or 3 days ago. The green trees looking down on us unyieldingly evoked the dazzling sun-drenched green of the sacred valley, forcing upon us the realization that the greenery overhead was entirely different from the trees of the sacred valley. It felt as though we were returning to a different reality, to our original reality. We were undeniably leaving that miraculous land behind. Looking back, Tadashi and Mika walked beside the green trees with few words, gazing at the foliage. Even when I tried to speak to them, the words wouldn't come, and seeing fallen leaves scattering here and there, I felt a profound sense of relief that I wasn't alone. If I had been left facing this situation entirely by myself, I surely would have sat down right there, completely at a loss. Walking alongside them amidst the flickering shadows, I made my way toward the table where everyone was waiting. Finishing a hasty meal, we headed to the Gold Museum. A lonely, desolate melancholy began to drift through the twilight. As we advanced along a broad highway like road amid that dusk, the sight that met our eyes was an unbelievable one, unroofed. Adobe-walled houses crowded densely together across the slopes of barren mountains. The air was foul and dusty, and it was hard to believe people even lived in such a place. Here and there among the adobe homes, red and yellow laundry hung out to dry, fluttering in the wind. Seeing such a scene made me feel unwell again. My heart grew unstable, and tears naturally welled up as I looked out at the city landscape. Yet, because I had anticipated it beforehand, there wasn't much shock. I simply let the tears flow. I thought to myself that someday I would come back to this country once more and walk these streets again. I even considered moving here. My emotional attachment to this country had grown immensely within my heart. Gazing upon that desolate landscape, I knew with absolute certainty that I would return here again in the near future. We arrived at the Gold Museum amid the gathering dusk. The first floor featured medieval armor and swords, and I felt a strange sense of wonder finding collections of Japanese armor, helmets, and matchlock guns as well. Helmets and swords from the Sengoku period, sights rarely encountered even while living in Japan, felt strangely fresh, and for the first time through this encounter with an unfamiliar aspect of Japan, I felt the true weight of Japanese history. The basement exhibited artifacts excavated from around Peru, and we toured numerous gold artifacts and pottery pieces from the Inca civilization, starting with Nazca ceramics. Several mummies were displayed inside the museum, and I let out screams whenever a mummy unexpectedly appeared with each room transition. Getting a close-up look at them was hardly a pleasant experience. A few people felt ill from the oppressive atmosphere and poor vibrations, leaving early. Following their lead, I hurried away from that eerie exhibition room and headed up the stairs to catch some fresh air and clear my head. At a street stall right near the entrance, large crystals, various minerals, and ammonite fossils were being sold, so I bought several large crystals and an ammonite fossil as souvenirs. By the time we left the Gold Museum, the sun had already set, and we had to rush off to the Lima airport. Running through the airport corridors without even having time for dinner, we managed to get a brief rest in the waiting room. Everyone, exhausted from the whirlwind sightseeing, dozed off. Our flight departed Lima at 11 p.m., greeted the dawn over Miami, and touched down in Los Angeles at 11 a.m. on the morning of May 4th, to be continued. Watch and listen. Watch the cinematic video trailer. Listen to the full podcast now. Explore the archived Cosmic Awakening Volume 1, 1991, Peru, Journey into the Unknown. Sacred Valley of the Incas. Volume 2, Ascension 2012, The Golden Alchemy. Part 3, The First Contact. Join the journey. New episodes drop periodically. Each chapter delivers a tight, hyper-focused 10 to 30-minute hit of real-life experiences, perfect for your daily plunge into consciousness exploration. Subscribe to support your inner development. Thumbs up to help push our channel through the algorithm. Comment below. Share your thoughts on today's episode.